Hey everyone, so today I'm going to look at the Stardew Valley board game. There's not a lot of great tutorials, there's some, but I had a really hard time getting into this game when I first bought it. I do have the physical version of this game. You might see it's flipped around right now. I think my camera's reversed, but it is a real beast of a game. It's really hard to get into if you've never played before, and the game is actually deceptively simple. It's really not too bad at all once you know what you're doing. So I wanted to walk you through kind of how everything works. What I've got here to show you guys is the Stardew Valley board game in Tabletop Simulator. And if you're not sure how to get this to work, once you own Tabletop Simulator on Steam, you can actually get this whole thing for free. Just come to the workshop, look for Stardew Valley, which is actually here in most popular items. You just subscribe to it and you can play this game, and it's completely free, aside from the cost of buying Tabletop Simulator, which I think I got it on sale for like 15 bucks at one point, so maybe 10. So it's really not expensive at all, especially because I think with shipping costs I spent 65 bucks on the board game. But I'm going to walk you guys through how to play. It's actually really easy once you know how to play, which, you know, you can say that about a lot of things, but it really is fairly simple. So I'll show you kind of what the tricky parts are. We have, why is this not zooming in properly? I don't know what was going on, but for some reason I was not able to zoom in. I didn't like that, so I am going to keep going. Let's just upload my nice Stardew Valley picture. Okay, so we've got Stardew Valley up here. Basically the way this game works is we are just living on our farm. You can pretty much ignore as much as you want to ignore, make the game as long or as short as you want, but we just want to live on our farm, have a good time, maybe make some friends, pet some animals. That's all part of the game. If you've played the video game, you pretty much know exactly how this game works. It's just another way to get into your favorite video game, which I would consider Stardew Valley probably my favorite video game. If not my favorite, definitely high up there type of game. So basically, the meat of this game is your season deck. You have a bunch of different cards. Don't let all these cards scare you. There's a ton of them in here. You can pretty much ignore the majority of these. Only 4 of these, or I guess technically 5 of these, end up in your actual deck for each season. So you have, you see these little green guys? Sorry. If you have a card like this, you've got this little green guy in the bottom right corner. That tells you it's one of the cards that you have to have. All of these other cards don't have a green guy. That means they're optional cards. So you really only need 4 of these cards in your deck. And then you have to put this Spring Has Ended card at the back of Spring. In Summer, you have a Summer Has Ended card in the back of Summer. So make sure you have your deck set up properly. When it's all said and done, over here in the game, there's actually a script that handles all this for you. Builds your decks and everything. So there's 20 cards in there. That is because there is 4 cards for each season plus the end of season card on each season. So just so you know how that works. We now have everything pretty much set up. We just want to choose a starting profession, and I think I'm going to go with fishing, and I think I'm going to go with my fishing rod just to keep everything really nice and simple. And got a fishing rod. It doesn't really do anything. It won't do anything until we get to our next rod. I'm actually going to be playing the more simple version of the game because I just want to really teach you how to play. I don't want to do much else. I don't want this to take me all night. And the game takes about 45 minutes per player. So if you've got 4 people playing, it's 3 hours. If I had multiple people on here and I was playing them all myself, that would be 45 minutes per person that's added on. And I don't want to do that. If you want to shorten the game, the manual actually says, if I wanted to pull up my manual here, I could. But I think near the back, if you wanted to do a single player, you can. Each season only has 2 season cards instead of 4. We could do that. Only reveal and complete 2 of Grandpa's goals and randomly choose 3 community center goals. So I'm going to play like that. First thing I want to do, get rid of 3 of those, then 2 of those. I'm just doing them at random. I didn't actually look at what they were. And then I gotta get rid of 1 of each of these. Okay, I now have the whole game set up for a very short game. Hopefully this won't take more than 20 or so minutes, but I can show you basically everything there is to the game. So let's just get started. When I first play, let's get rid of all of our extra players. We have a parsnip that's planted in spot 2, in plot 2, and then we have 3 golden coins that we can use. We don't really need to worry about the pet token. That's for multiplayer, and it just determines who goes first. Let's get rid of all this stuff over here because we don't need it. And when we first play, we're going to first draw our season card and see what it says. Okay, so we take a quality crop. We're making that quality. So if you look at this over here, you see this section. This tells you what all these symbols mean. So turn a crop to quality. So what we do is we go over here. If you flip over your tile, you now have a quality crop that is worth 3 instead of what it was before, which was 2. If you look at the symbols on this, you have the golden coins that tells you how much that crop sells for, and you also have the drop, which tells you which plot it goes on when you first lay it down. So this gets laid down on crop 2 every single time, or plot 2. And when we water this, all of our crops move over 1. When the crops fall off of this track here, they become our crops. So we need to bring this over one more time, water it one more time, and it will be our crop. And you can water multiple times in a turn depending on what you want to do. So just so you know how that goes. Now we want to do rain. That's what this water symbol means, is rain. So when we do rain, we water the crops. So we bring that over one time, which I think we shouldn't have moved it over before. So it's now at 1. Pet symbol means move the pet to the next player. I think it's clockwise or counterclockwise. I don't remember. You can check the manual. But basically, if we were doing a multiplayer game, we would then put the pet token to the next person, and they would go first in the turn. But we're not doing that. Fish. When we get the fish symbol, that means we move the fish track. Basically what that means, let's get rid of both of these, move everything over 2 spots, and then pull 2 new fish. That is what the fish symbol means. I actually have a button over here that will fish move daily event, which is thank you so much to whoever set up all the scripts in this. It is amazing, and whoever took all the time to get this set up. If you're concerned, by the way, about the creators of the game not getting paid for doing this, I've actually looked at the Stardew Valley forum or Wikipedia or whatever it is, and the creators of the game, it sounds like they're pretty on board for a tabletop version of this online through Tabletop Simulator. I don't know if it was them who created this, but it sounds like they're pretty on board. I do recommend you buy the game because the game is awesome. Like I said, I do already have it. It is fantastic. I've played it twice. And it's a blast, and I do recommend getting it. This is just a much easier way for me to show you because cameras for board games are really tricky to really show you what's going on. This way I can really zoom in on everything, just make it really nice and clear for you. And then the very last symbol we have is the treasure chest. A storage bin, I guess is what it is. And the storage bin, trade and sell resources. So I do not have any resources right now. That's what goes in my inventory down here. And there is currently nothing. So let's do our actual turn. Now we enter what's called the planning phase. So we have to figure out where we want everyone to go, what we want them all to do. I only have 1 player, which makes things pretty easy. I think I always like to start Stardew Valley with my farming. That's just how I like to play. So I am going to go over to Pierre, and he lets me buy seeds and sell things. So I want to buy, I have 3 gold. I want to buy 3 seeds. So when you buy seeds, you go over here. These symbols, the gold symbol is not what you buy them for, that is what you sell them for. These are all worth what they say on there, but you can buy each seed for 1 coin. That's all it costs to buy a seed. So I think what I'm going to do is a cauliflower, a strawberry, and potato. And you might think to yourself, well, why don't I just buy all cauliflowers since they're all worth 5? Well, the reason you can't do that, one, the tokens here don't stack. You might get an ability or something later that lets you stack them, but for right now they don't stack. So I can't buy 2 cauliflowers until this one's moved over, and now I can put 1 here. The second reason is this goes on plot 5. It is going to take 5 turns to get it off the track and into my inventory. And in that time, you see these crows here. This is like our crow meter thing. We'll get daily events. That is this right here that will have a crow symbol on them. And when that happens, we have to pick a crop and throw it away. And that is not fun. And there's a lot more opportunities for that to happen when you have a long track for a long vegetable. So that's why you wouldn't pick all the most, best fruits. So we've done that. We bought our stuff, and now we want to go back because I want to water the crops. So I'm going to travel back. By the way, when you first put your character on, you can put him anywhere on the map. You don't have to only go one spot. So I could start here and then travel one spot here. I could start down here and travel one spot here. And then we automatically return to the farm, and then in the morning we automatically go to the first place we want to go. But when we're actually traveling, we can go across here, and as we go across, we can pick up any forageable tile. Which reminds me, we should look at what our goals are. First one is upgrade starting tools. Upgrade your starting tools to a total of 2 times per player. I only have 1 player, so my starting tool is the training rod. So I have to upgrade this 1, 2. And the second one is expand the farm, own buildings equal to the number of players. So our buildings are, we have the coop, the barn, the stable, and the well. And let's see, well, use an action during your turn from any space to harvest a planted crop from any field. So that's fun. When built, search the epic item deck and gain the horse. So I could do either of these, or I could do the barn or the coop. So I can figure out what I want to do later. I usually don't build animals in Stardew Valley, but I'll probably go over that. It might be good to build some animals to show how that works. Okay, so I came back here. I want to pick up my forageable tile. I'm just gonna take one of these, I think. Alright, so that's a daffodil. So let's take a daffodil. And I gained that because I came back this way. You can pick up any forageable that's adjacent to your path. So I could get this one, I could get this one. Now that I've got that, I'm back here. I can water the crops. So when I water the crops, you can take everything and move it over 1 spot to the right. That means that my parsnip now goes in my inventory. And that was actually a golden one, if I remember correctly, because we got the gold here. I don't know why it's normal, but it's gold. Okay, so that's what we have for our first turn. We now want to go into the end of turn phase. So we can either build stairs, we'll get to that. We could pet animals, we don't have any. Remove Joja tiles, we don't have any of those. Upgrade starting tool. In order to upgrade my tool, I need 5 money, and I do not have 5 money, so we're not able to do that. And by the way, I should mention to beat the game, we have to do all of these 2. We have to fulfill both of those, but we also have to do these 3 bundles. So we have to pay 2 hearts. I believe 2 hearts, is it, or is it 1 heart per player? Okay, I just checked the rules. You reveal a bundle per 1 heart per player. So I have 1 player, so it costs me 1 heart to reveal these bundles. I don't know what's in them yet, but it'll basically ask for certain things that I need to put in there, and that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so next turn, that's pretty much all I can do for right now. Let's do our next tile. Okay, green crow. So green crow means I have to pick any of the crops on the green side of the track and throw it away. So I think I'm going to throw away my potato. And move both of these. Nope, I don't move anything. My bad. Next one is gift. If you look over here, trigger gift abilities. This is referring to the friends that you make. If I had any friends, which I do not, I would use their gift abilities and I would get things. But it's 1 gift for the player. We'll probably come back to that eventually. All right, event. That's what that symbol means. Let's flip it over. Gain any 2 tiles from the fishing track. Pretty cool. So let's throw that out. And I can gain 2 tiles from here. I like the item, and I think I also like the shad. So I'm gonna take that and that. And as soon as those are done, we add 2 more fish. These right here are trash. So that's trash. That basically means you can't trade it. That red X means you can't give it to anyone. You can't do anything with it. You basically just have it to throw it away. And it just blocks up our fishing thing. When we do get this right here, we throw it away and we pick up an item. So let's take a look at that. Crab pot. Discard during your turn to gain all crab pot fish from the fish track. Pretty cool. So I'm going to take that, put in my item slot, and right now we don't have any crab pot fish, but eventually we'll see some. If you play the game, you know there's certain fish that you only get through the crab pot, and we'll eventually get those. So I'm going to wait until our thing is filled up with a lot of them, and then I'm going to use that item. And then I could buy or sell things. I think I'm going to sell my parsnip because that's worth 3, so that's pretty good. So I'll take 1, 2, 3. And I don't think I'm gonna do anything with my daffodil yet because I probably need that for the bundle. And my shad, I'm gonna save them just in case I need to give like a gift to a friend, because I'm gonna get a friend this turn. Okay, so that is everything for our daily phase, whatever that phase is called. Now let's do our planning phase. Let's figure out where we want to go. I think I want to get a friend, so I'm going to come over here and make a friend. And then I think after that I'm going to do some mining because I just want to try that out. So let's first get a friend. And when I go over here, there's the option to visit Gus and make a friend. First I'm going to get a forgeable. No, you can't get it on your first turn, sorry. I'm going to get a villager. So let's shuffle those up. Pull out a villager, see what we got, and Haley. Okay. So there's that gift icon on the bottom. Let's zoom in like this. So here's the gift item on the bottom. If I were to get that gift symbol, I would then get 3 gold. That's what that means. When you're looking at this, there are certain things she loves, certain things she will not take as gifts, and then everything else she just kind of takes. She has a spring birthday, so if I give her what she likes in spring, I get an extra heart. So I sold my crop like a moron, so I don't get the 2 hearts from that, but it is spring, and I'm giving her a gift. So I'm going to give her 2 hearts. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So I'm going to take Haley. She is going to be my friend. I'm going to give her a daffodil. So we'll get rid of that. And she's now my friend. So I think when I get her gift, right? Let me just double check. Okay, so never mind. I don't get a gift, but I do get the 2 hearts because it's her birthday. She has a spring birthday, and we're currently in spring, so I get a heart from that. And also I got her something that she doesn't hate, and so I get a heart from that. And if I had a crop that I gave to her, I would have gotten 3 hearts in total instead of 2. So let's take 2 hearts. Put those there. And what do we want to do now? Let's go over to the mine. So we explore the mine. And when we explore the mine, it seems complicated at first. It's really not that complicated. We start off on level 1. As the mine goes down, we'll go down different levels. And then we have this thing where we roll and we see what we're going to get. So when we roll, let's take our Stardew dice. That's these guys right here. And let's roll them. I think I only need 2 of them for this. So let's see. Alright, I got the Stardew and the Starfruit and the Junimo, I think they're called. So Starfruit, Junimo, Starfruit, Junimo. I can either get nothing, which I don't like, or go down the next level. That's a staircase. So I'm going to go down the next level. So we get rid of this. And we want to, oh, you know what? There's a way to do this with the script that I'm going to use. Descend in the mine. And that will do exactly what I just did. So now we're at level 2, which is great. And I didn't get any kind of geodes or anything. I just descended in the mine. That's all I got. And then that's the end of that. So we're going to go back to the farm. And what can we do? Build stairs, pet animals, room. Nope, can't do any of these things. So that is the end of that turn. And we are on to the next turn. This is the last day of spring. Spring has ended. Place new trees and forgeable tiles. So draw 2 profession upgrades and keep 1. Basically, we get rid of all of these. Get rid of all these. Draw 2 profession upgrades and keep 1. If you're playing single player, I believe you draw 3 and keep 1 from any profession. So I am going to take 1 from each of these. Yeah, I might take 2 fishing just because I like fishing. And I get to pick 1. So spend 1 action, change any ore into any other ore. When fish move, symbol occurs, you choose what fish track tiles are discarded, if any. That's pretty cool. I like that. I don't know what the other side of that is. Fish generate +3 gold when you sell them, and that's pretty nice. I might want that one. When fishing, you roll any star, gain an item. That's pretty nice too. But I can only have 2 items, so I think I'm going to go with the second ability on here, where I get to get +3 gold every single time I do this. Get rid of the rest of these. Okay. So next turn. Draw the next season card. Okay. We're in summer now. So I'm going to use setup next season. Oh, it's not going to work because I deleted all of the tiles. So let's set these all up. Okay, I've now set up everything for summer. So at the end of spring, you basically draw the end of spring card. You do everything it says. I placed the new trees and forgeable tiles. I drew my 2 profession upgrades and kept 1. So that's the one I used here. This is actually Let's rotate this right. Rotate right. Okay, there's an easy way to do that. So fish generate +3 gold when you sell them. That's what I'm gonna use. And let's see, what else do I want to do? Draw the next season card. So now we draw the next season card. We have a red crow and a storage chest. So red crow, I'm gonna get rid of my strawberry, I think. And storage chest, nothing really for me to throw away. So that's it for that. During my planning phase, I need to start looking at my goals. So what do I want to do? Upgrade your starting tools a total of 2 times per player and expand the farm. So getting wood is going to be important if I want to buy like a coop, and I also need money if I want to upgrade my thing. I currently have 3 coins, so I'm going to do some fishing, I think, because there's some, man, these fish are not worth much. Yeah, they're not worth really much at all. I think farming is the way to go. I'm gonna get 3 more crops. So let's go over here. I'm gonna pick up another wood, so that's important. And I'm going to buy some crops. Let's do our summer crops, which are starfruit, melon, hot pepper, blueberry. Starfruit for sure. Melon, I can't do that because that's on track 4. 3 and 2, that's 3 coins. Okay. And then the next thing I want to do is go back and water the crops, I think. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it. I can't do anything else. Nope. I don't have any money to do anything else. Okay, so next turn. Star, so I choose 1 to flip over. I'm going to flip over my hot pepper. From what I can tell, all the crops only go up in 1 gold. Yeah, so it's almost always the best idea to flip the closest one because that's the one that's going to be ready soonest. Next is the cat. We don't have cat stuff. Next is the fish, so let's move the fish. And wow, we're getting some garbage fish right now. Joja tile. So a Joja tile is coming out. Let me just make sure this is all nice and shuffled. I just did that. And what is it? No fishing allowed at the river. Okay, one thing I haven't mentioned about the fishing yet, because I haven't gone fishing, is you see on each of these fish, there's a symbol there. That's the blue triangle. This one's got a white square. That refers to where you will be fishing. So here is the river. We have a blue triangle. Here is the ocean. We have a white square. And then in the lake, just up here, we have a green circle. So when this says no fishing allowed at the river, that means if I go here and I'm at the river, I cannot pick up any river fish. I cannot go here. I cannot pick up the river fish. So I would be best fishing at the white, at the ocean. And to get rid of this, I have to give them 1 heart. So I can do that at the end of the turn. That's what that remove Joja thing is. The next thing I want to do is buy, sell, or trade. I don't have anything I want to sell right now. Might sell that shad eventually, but if I want to make a friend or something, I'm probably going to want that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I think I want to do some ocean fishing, see if I can get some money. So I have a chance to catch a tilapia, I have a chance to catch a herring, especially because with this, my fish generate +3 gold when I sell them. So that's worth a good chunk of money. So when we fish, we roll these die, all 3 of them. And okay, I got a heart, a starflower, starfruit, and a Junimo. So, heart, I can pull that one, and tilapia, I can pull that one too. I can only use, I basically have to exchange these for what's on here, so I can't use 1 heart and apply that to both of these. So I'm going to take the tilapia here. And I think that's all I can do. I'm just going to fill fish track. There we go. And that is it for fishing there. Or I could also fish again, which I have this nice super cucumber here now. I think I might fish again, see if I can get double Junimos. Alright, that was a total failure. But I can get my herring because I'm at the ocean and this only costs 1 heart. So, you know, relatively successful. We'll fill the fish track again. And I did 2 turns there, so that's gonna be it for me. I'm at the end, so don't want to build stairs, but I'm gonna spend 1 heart and remove the Joja tile because I do like fishing. So spend a heart, remove the tile. And upgrade starting tool. I can't sell anything right now. No, I can't. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is the next turn. Last day of summer. Summer is ended. Place new trees and forgeable tiles. Draw 2 profession upgrades and keep 1. So next season. Okay, I can't do that. I'm going to have to set this up manually again. All right, I now have all the tiles set up for fall. And we're going to draw 3 of these. I'm just going to do fishing for all of them, I think, because that's where I want to get my money from. When fishing, you can... Okay, I actually shouldn't have had that in there. So when action... Okay, I shouldn't have had that in there. That was my bad. Alright, when fishing, this adds 1 star to your roll. That would be really good for getting a legendary fish, because they usually cost a star fruit. Alright, spend 1 action to discard any tiles on the fish track and draw and replace them. Once per action, when you catch any fish, gain 1 heart token. That's a good way to get hearts. And I do need some hearts to get the bundles. Oh, man. I think this is going to help me get those legendaries. But you know what? Legendaries don't come up that often. I might not even see one in this game. So let's go with this one. And this is a profession upgrade. So I'm going to stick it here. Alright. And we draw the next one. So fish. We're going to move our fish. Got a couple new ones. We've got a new Joja tile, darn. That one says, bundles require 1 additional donation to complete. Oh, no. Okay. That one's rough. And the last one is bins. So I'm going to sell a bunch of this stuff and get a bunch of gold. So they're already worth plus 3 gold. And yeah, so I'm going to get 5, 10, 14 when I sell all of these. It's going to be 10, 1, 2. Perfect. I now have $14. I can buy whatever I want. Okay, and now for our planning phase. I think I want to do some fishing. Definitely the place to go right now is the lake up here because we got a lot of good fish. They also are really hard to catch, man. What else do I need? I need to expand the farm, so I also need to get some wood. And upgrade starting tools, that just takes money. I need to go here because I need to do the community center. So, you know, I think I'm going to water the crops. Oh no, I'm going to do the community center and then I'm going to do some lake fishing. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, except I don't have any hearts. Oh, yes I do. I have a heart. So, let's use a heart. We're going to go, where did I put my guy? Should have gone on the farm. Alright, so we're going to go to community center first. Reveal a bundle with 1 heart. Alright, summer foraging. Any summer forageable? Do I have any of those? I do not, which means I have to spend a heart to replace that tile. Dang it. Okay. And then the other part is... Okay, so sometimes you're going to get cards that you can't complete for whatever reason. Like, for example, I've already missed the opportunity for summer foraging because I'm already in fall. When that happens, I can pay 1 heart to replace this card with another bundle card for the crafts room. So there's like 3 or 4 of them per thing. I just have to replace it with a new one when I get an extra heart to do that. I don't have one right now. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm gonna go up here to do some lake fishing, and I'm gonna pull this guy for some hazelnut. I might want to hang on to that because if this comes up, I might need a fall forageable at some point. So I'm not going to do anything with that, but I'm going to do some lake fishing. So let's roll this. We have 2 hearts and the star fruit. Oh my gosh. What's my ability? Any fish you catch. Darn, that's a rough turn. Okay, I didn't catch anything. So going back home. And that's the end of that. I could pay a heart now, but I do want to upgrade my starting tool, so I'm going to get rid of that. That was 5 plus 8 is 13, so I'm left with 1 coin. Okay, and I am now on the fiberglass rod. When you fish, you may re-roll 2 of the fishing dice. Okay, that would be really nice for me. Okay, so next day, star. Let's flip one of these over. Watering. Let's just do water here. Got a crop there. A fish. That's a nice one. And selling. So I could sell my hot pepper, but I'm going to save it because I may need it for one of my bundles. I'm going to hang on to this for right now. Okay. So what do I want to do now? Let's do some... I feel like I should. I've already finished this one, right? So done with that. Do I get anything when I complete a Grandpa's task? Let me check. Okay, I don't believe I get anything for those goals, which is a bummer. But it's okay. So let's see. We just did that. We still have to expand the farm. We have to donate any summer forageable, and I gotta get rid of this. So I gotta catch some fish because I gotta get some hearts. I'm gonna go to the... I gotta be careful of that too. I'm gonna go for the lake again. I think that's my best odds of getting some stuff. So let's do some lake fishing. Alright, I have Junimo heart. So I'm going to... Actually, when you catch any fish, gain 1 heart per 1 heart token. Do I want to take... Yeah, let's take this guy. And I can't do another one, but I can fill... I think I can still fill this up at the end of the turn. And let's do 1 more. 3 Junimos. That is a total failure. My goodness, that is awful. But once per action... Oh no, here. When you fish, you may reroll 2 fishing dice, which still means nothing to me. Okay. That was awful. Alright. So, next thing is I gotta go back. That was rough. And do I have anything else? I don't need to upgrade the starting tool, build stairs. No, okay. I didn't catch anything, so I don't have any hearts, which is a super bummer. Last day of fall. Place new trees, draw 2. Okay. Okay. When fishing, this adds 1 heart to your roll. Oh, I get to pick 1 more possibly because I'm playing single player. Discard any tile from your inventory for 1 gold, or any 4 tiles for 1 heart. I don't like that at all. That is not great. I like this adds 1 heart to your roll. That's pretty good. I'm going all in on this fishing. And draw the next season card. Okay. So fish. And I'm getting not the best stuff. Fish daily events. Okay, this is a legendary fish. So crimson fish, you could tell because it's got all gold text. You're going to get some grandpa golds that are legendary, and so just keep an eye out for those. You may want that. And that just takes the star fruit, which is pretty nice. Which I think... No, I don't have something that gives me star fruit. That was one of the other profession things, but didn't need that. Okay, gift. So I gained 3 gold from... Okay, so Haley, her gift ability is gain 3 gold. And because I got the gift there, I gained 3 gold. 1, 2, 3. And Joja. I gotta put another Joja tile on. Gosh dang. When befriending a villager, you may not gain more than 1 heart. I don't care about that because I don't think I'm going to be befriending anyone else for the rest of the game. Let's just double check all of this. And then we've got the storage bins. So if I wanted to sell stuff, which I think I'm going to hang on to... No, I can't because I desperately need money to be able to expand the farm. So... but I also need to get stuff for the bundles. I gotta get hearts, so I gotta fish. That's my only way of gaining hearts right now. What kind of fish do I have? I'm gonna go ocean, because I think ocean has my best odds right now. I'm probably gonna fish twice there. Ocean. We got star drop, so okay, I'm gonna use that on this guy for sure. And then I've got these 2. Oh, you know what? This is great because I can use 1 of this on this. And then, dang it, I should have sold something. And I got this guy. I should have sold something. My goodness gracious. So dumb. I think I'm gonna discard my wood. I think I can throw that away, can I? No, I don't want to because I need it for stuff. Okay. And I can't even get to Pierre to sell stuff. Oh, I'm so dumb. Dang it. I did not think I was going to roll 3 different fish in the same thing. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna get rid of my hot pepper because that seems like the most worthless to me, I think. Because even this guy with my extra 3 coins is gonna be more expensive than this guy right here. So I think I'm gonna get rid of my hot pepper. I think I can throw these away right now. I think I can throw it away, I just can't sell it. Dang it. Man, that was a major bummer. Okay. So I definitely don't want to do anything else there. But oh man, I'm so depressed. Why did things happen that way? Okay, fill fish track. There's another legendary fish. Alright, I think, man, there's not really much else I can do. I can buy animals, water the crops, collect from animals. I can't pick up any of these forageables because my inventory is full, and watering the crops is going to put up my blueberry, but I don't think I have to collect it this turn. I think it can sit there. Yeah, that's going to discard my blueberry if I water the crops, so I don't want to do that. So I'm basically in a really horrible spot. I don't know. Oh, no, I'm ocean fishing. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so if I'm ocean fishing, that means I can go over here and I can do stuff. I can make a friend, which is perfect. Okay, I'm gonna make a friend. And we got Caroline. Gain 1 item. She has a winter birthday, and we're in winter, so I get an extra heart, and I have no idea what that double heart for Caroline means. What the heck? What does that mean? I guess she doesn't like anything. My goodness, that's awful. Okay, well I guess I get 2 hearts. I'm just gonna give her... Are you kidding me? She hates the she hates the 2 things that I have. I can't give her the wood because it's got that X symbol. Oh my gosh, she will not take anything. I have to throw her away. Gosh, Caroline, you are the worst. You seriously don't like anything. Oh my gosh. Why does that card even exist? I did not think she was that bad. I mean, I never really paid much attention to her in the game, but I didn't think she was that bad. She's horrible. I would not want to have anything to do with her in real life. Nothing you care about? My goodness. Okay. Well, that was awful. I feel really depressed now. Again. Oh, man. I should have sold things. What was I thinking? Okay. Upgrade start until I don't need to do that. So we're getting near the end of the game. I think I'm going to lose this game. Okay. This is basically my last turn. Pet does nothing. Fish. Let's move our fish. And one thing to know with the fish is when they get to the end of the track, they don't get discarded like everything else. They go back in the fish bag, so you can draw them again later down the road if you need to. This game doesn't really account for that as far as I know with that script, so I gotta be really careful that I don't toss this guy. Not that it really matters for this game anyway, because I think I've pretty much lost it because I do not even have these other 2 things revealed yet. Because I don't have any hearts to reveal them. Fish I did, and then selling. I'm going to sell pretty much all this stuff. So I get 9 from this. Oh, but I caught... Oh, wait. Once per action, when you catch any fish, gain 1 heart token. So I do get a heart token. Okay. I should have done that before. And then I think did I fish twice? I think I did. And I think I caught something both times. So I think that's 2 hearts. Okay, so let's do our crimson fish. That's 9 gold. That's plus 5 is 14 gold. Plus 5 is 19 gold. So I have 19 gold here. Okay, so I have 23 gold. That's what I've determined. So with my 23 gold and I have all that, oh, I don't have the vault. I would have been so prepared for that. Alright, I only need to buy 1 building, so I need some wood. First, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to do this because I can't get wood. Okay, it's stone maybe? No, that's not enough. I need 2 wood and 10 gold for that. Alright. I think what I need to do... Oh, so I have 2 crab pot things. So, first thing I'm going to do is discard this. Get my 2 guys from here. And fill fish track. Alright, I don't think I'm going to have enough wood to buy anything from here. I only need to have 1 building. Dang. But I'm gonna go over here, and the bundles require 1 additional donation to complete. I'm just gonna hope I have everything I need in that last run. Probably not, because I don't have a summer forgeable. But I need some hearts, so let's. Once per turn, once per action, you can only get 1 heart from there, but there's a chance I might get multiple hearts over here. So let's try to make it. First let's sell things. Oh, no, I don't need more gold. I need more hearts. So let's do a villager, Emily, and I don't have anything you like, but at least I've got a hazelnut, which I now have to throw away because you won't take a fish. Why won't you take a fish? Gosh dang. Ah, Emily, you stink. Okay, I'm gonna take 1 heart for that. And I guess from there, I'm gonna go to. Oh man, community center reveal bundles. Let's reveal. I have 2 hearts. I'm gonna reveal both of these. Fall crops. Any fall crop? I do not have any fall crops planted, so that's a failure. Fish any river or legendary fish. That is a lake fish. I have failed that one too. Okay, well, this is a failure of a game, but we've learned a lot. Learned a lot how it's played. Basically, I'm gonna go back. End of turn. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna collect this actually, because I'm going back from here. Oh wait, no, I'm not, because it's not part of the turn. Okay. And next thing I'm gonna do is the last day of winter, just to finish the game off. Winter's ended, the year comes to an end, and I have not done this thing, so Joja wins. Joja wins. Gosh dang, Joja. Well, I hope you all learned how to play this game. If you do want to play this game, I can just show you real quick how to do it. You basically have to go to Tabletop Simulator. Let me just pull up my thing here. Tabletop Simulator, you just buy this. I think it's 20 bucks, and you can get a 4-pack for 60, or you can wait till it's on sale. I think it goes on sale pretty frequently for $10. I think I bought mine on the Humble Bundle website, so you can do that. And you would just go, once you've purchased this, you just download it, visit the workshop. You can do a search here for Stardew Valley. Right now it's super popular, so we're just going to stick it here. And you hit subscribe. That's how you get this. And then when we're in here, let's just go to the main menu so you can see how it works. So once you're here, create single player. Then you go to the workshop, and have a lot of workshop games. You can pretty much get any game you want from the workshop in Tabletop Simulator, which is crazy. And they're basically all free once you purchase Tabletop Simulator. Totally worth it. Like I said, the creator of this seems to be pretty on board with Tabletop Simulator doing it, but you just click it from here and it'll load everything in and you can play it like this. And I think they want you to play it because a lot more people are going to play it. It's going to get more popular, and currently the board game's sold out. So even if you wanted to play the board game version of this, you would be not able to do it. But hopefully that helped you understand how to play the game. You get a really good idea of how it works, and yeah, good luck, have fun. Hey everyone, so Future Jordan here. I finished this game yesterday night, and I had to cool off for a little bit because I was really upset because I lost the game. And I am sitting here now, I've collected my thoughts. I just want to talk a little bit about the game, what I think could be improved, what I think they did really well, and I'm excited to talk to you guys about that. let's talk first about the positives. So the first thing I think is really important is that this feels just like the game. Let me just pull this up real quick. So if you look at the game, you've got your farm, you've got all of your crops, you've got watering, you've got all of your tools, you've got all of your professions, you've got fishing, you've got the different seasons, you've got all the different things that happen during the seasons. You've got friendship, you've got the community center, you've got bundles. This game really has everything from the video game. I can't think of a single thing in the video game that's not in here. I mean, obviously, things are expanded on the video game. You have combat and stuff that you can't really do in a board game like this. It's mostly just rolling die and, normal board game things, but it's still really fun. It gives that illusion of playing through this video game, board game type thing. So I really enjoy that there's all these different things from Stardew Valley, the video game, that you can do here. There's even things that I didn't really do in the video game, like making friends, for example, that I didn't think were particularly well done in the video game. I never had any motivation to do them, because really anything I could do through friendship, all I cared about was becoming as rich as humanly possible. I've been told that's not a valid way to play the game, and I have to play it right. But I really like getting filthy rich playing these games. So what I usually do is I'll go to my farm, I will make a winery, I will do tons and tons of kegs and tons of caskets, and that's what they call them, right? Caskets? Maybe casks. Anyway, I make a ton of those, and I make a ton of money, and I just have tons of barrels and make loads of cash, and that's how I like to play Stardew Valley. I like to become filthy rich. And there's not really quite the same way of doing that in here. Not that I expect it to be a one-to-one thing, but you do have certain things that will help you get kind of rich. But the main reason I bring that up is because I focus so much on getting rich. I've never really spent much time getting to know the villagers. I understand it's a big part of the game for a lot of people. It's just not a huge part for me. So having this villager deck and being able to actually have a benefit for meeting all these people and their hearts, that's really cool for me, because it's a part of the game that I never really spent much time with. I do usually get a spouse, but I thought spouses were kind of worthless in the video game. Maybe they've changed that since I've played, because I know there's been a bunch of free updates. Sorry, I hit my microphone. So the spouse, it seems like the spouse is really, really good in this game. It will basically do a whole bunch of stuff for you, which I think is super cool. I wish the video game did something like that. Like I said, I haven't played a recent update, so maybe they've changed that. Fishing can be a little bit annoying when you can only do one, like lake or ocean or something like that. That's a little bit annoying. Some of the legendary fish were really hard to catch in the game, and I appreciate that they are actually fairly simple to catch in this one, provided you can get them. So I think that's something I really love, is just how close this feels to playing the video game. It's incredibly similar. If you like the video game, you are almost guaranteed to like this as well. Another positive is that everything looks and feels really great. I don't have the board game, the physical copy, up here with me right now, but all of the tiles feel really good. I did have one that was coming apart a little bit that I had to use scotch tape to tape up, and that one I didn't really like that much, but just visually everything is really aesthetically pleasing. I love the different designs for everything. One of my favorite designs are all of these different characters. They have a redesigned portrait for everything. I really like the way they look here. I'm not a huge fan of the art of the video game, and that might be the reason why. You could tell I have a different version here that just came out from when I was playing before, and your Stardew Valley characters kind of look like this in the video game, which I'm not a huge fan. I would actually much prefer something that looked more like this, where it's kind of a more cartoony look. Just a personal preference thing, but it means that I really like the art in this game. The graphic design of everything, just the way everything looks, all the design of these cards, the profession upgrades, it all looks really easy to read. You get a lot of really easy, you know exactly what's here when you're looking at this. So I know this is a forageable, I know it's spring, I know it's worth 2 coins, it's a leek, it's got a picture. Most of this is being told through pictures and not through text, which is always a good idea, I think. Well, most of the time a good idea. It does lead to a few things where it can feel very overwhelming when you're looking at this and you just have no idea what anything is. I will get into some of the negatives about this in a little bit, but I think there's just so much here. I mean, for example, like these little forageable tiles, you might have no idea where these things are. You have to kind of find them out. Same with these trees. I have to like search and try to figure out where these trees are, and that's kind of annoying. Another positive here is there's tons and tons of replayability. I love that you can do the 20 card deck where you just have 4 cards in each season plus the end card. When I played it just now, I had 2 cards for each season, and I think that's not long enough. Not the fact that I don't like the short time. I really do prefer a short time. The problem I have with it is you can't get everything done that you need to get done. The second the season starts, you only have 2 days, and then it's on to the next season. It just feels like the game just rushes you, and that's the opposite of Stardew Valley to me. I really love taking my time. I mean, if I could, I might even just set up some house rules where if we want to do a fast game, we'll just put the recommended, 2 bundles, 3 bundles and 2 grandpa goals. And instead of doing all just the 2 cards, we might do 4 cards, just so we're more easily won, at least until we get a little better at the game. But those might be house rules. You can do whatever you want when you play, but that's, obviously the designers didn't intend it that way. They do say in the manual that they intend it most for the 6 bundle 4 goal experience. They don't really intend for you to play the shorter version because it's not quite as balanced. It says that in the manual. And the last thing I want to talk about of things I really love about the game is, before I get into some of the criticisms I might have or feedback for the developers, the cooperation you do with your friends when you're playing this game is a lot of fun. I love that it's cooperative. I really love cooperative games when I'm playing with my wife or my brother or my friends. It's always a blast for us, and this game really does a good job of allowing you all to work together. It can sometimes be easy when you're playing a cooperative game for one person to take over, and I don't know if this entirely beats that, because when I was playing with my wife and she didn't know anything about Stardew Valley, I did kind of find myself running the show. I think if everyone knows what they're doing, you can just take your turns. You don't necessarily need to discuss everything, but you do want to kind of have a general idea of what you're doing together. And that actually does feel very similar to the board game in that way. Okay, now I want to get into some of the criticisms I have of the game. This isn't to say that I don't like the game. I actually really love this game, and I keep trying to get people to play it with me, which is one of the reasons I'm making this video. If you want to play with me, let me know. I would love to play this. But for feedback I would give to the developers, the first thing I would say is that the game just feels a little bit too long. What you have is a lot of stuff. The 4 seasons, trying to fit everything into that game. And this is my biggest real criticism, is just that the game is way too big and it tries to be too close to Stardew Valley, which is also one of the greatest things about it. But the fact that there's so much to do makes this game go on so long. Having the grandpa goals, having all of the bundles, and you can remove some of this stuff, sure, but as you saw with my playthrough, it can be really hard to actually beat the game in so little time with all the stuff you have to do, even then, if you shorten the days that much. And playing a shorter game, like I said before, is pretty unbalanced, so you probably want to play the normal standard way if you want to have a shot at beating the game. Part of that has to do with my second criticism, which is that the game is a lot of times very RNG reliant. Random number generation, a lot of times, if you haven't played a lot of board games, RNG is talking about dice rolls, things where as a skilled player I have absolutely no control over whether or not I get this stuff. For example, the mines, I could roll this and I could get nothing and I've wasted a turn. I could roll this again, get nothing, I've wasted a turn, and there's a 2 in 9 shot that I'm going to get that, so that's pretty high. It's almost a quarter of the rolls I'm going to miss. Same thing happens for fishing. Same thing happens when you're collecting from animals. There's just a whole lot of random number generation in this, meaning a lot of luck. And that can be really frustrating when you're a seasoned player. So I think where this game has some issues is seasoned players aren't going to play this game too long because you can't really get super skilled with it because of how much luck there is. Personally, the luck doesn't bother me too much unless I have really bad luck. But for newer players, I think the hardest thing is getting into this because there's just so much. So you're kind of in this weird zone where it's too luck reliant for skilled players to want to play it, but it's also too complicated for new players to want to play it. So I think you're mostly targeting the hardcore fans, which I would consider myself, you know, not the most hardcore for sure, but definitely someone who loves the video game. And that kind of leads into my next criticism, which is just that the game is way too much for a new person to learn. I had to watch hours and hours of videos and read this rulebook 3 or 4 times. The rulebook, by the way, I don't think I have it in this. Oh yeah, I do. This thing is a beast. 24 pages. And you have to basically read all of this in order to understand how to play this game. And it can be incredibly difficult to figure out how to play. So you have to look at the starting layout, and when you pull that up, let me see if I can find it. You just see, yeah, so this cuts it in half. But basically you see how big this thing is, how many different areas there are, how many different bags, how many different dice there are to roll, how many different tiles for buildings. And there's just so much that can be really, really daunting for a new player to pick up if you don't have someone there showing you how to do it, which for me, fortunately there was a couple people who made YouTube videos that kind of showed, more or less read off the rulebook when I was first trying to learn this. There weren't really any gameplay videos yet, but that helped me out a ton, and it can be hard though for a new player. So keep that in mind when you're starting out. If you want to get your friends involved, this is a lot of stuff. I really think we probably could have trimmed a few things. I don't know if all of these forgeable tiles, for example, are necessary. I don't know if we needed to have all these different kinds of seasons. I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing out some ideas, but I think there are definitely ways we could have shortened this and condensed it and made it easier for someone who was just starting out to pick up. But at the same time, we don't want to get rid of any features from the video games. So I understand you're walking a fine line there. I think one other criticism is that I think the game could use a little more of an easy mode. The easy mode, the way it is now, it's kind of a weird thing because it does give you sort of an easy mode, but and you can always make your house rules. But I think there's something about, let's see, seedling, great for teaching the game. Complete 4 of Grandpa's goals only. But maybe I want to do the bundles, and it kind of helps. I know you don't want to pad out this rulebook too much, but having the creators of the game say it's okay to play a certain way, and if I want to play it really easy and just laid back and I just want to enjoy my farm, then that is perfectly fine. I don't have to necessarily do the grandpa bundles. Maybe I just want to make the best animal farm, and I want all of my goals to be about animals. That's something that you can't really do here. Yeah, you have the farm animals goal, which is basically to raise some animals, but I don't know. I would love to just have a version of this game, which you can always make with house rules, like I said, but a version of this game where you can just do whatever you want, just live in the world, have fun, and not really have that time limit on it, which is kind of what bugs me a little bit, just because Stardew Valley, the game, is all about relaxing, having fun, and just living in the world. Another big criticism is the setup and takedown time. You know, if you play it on here, it is super easy. You just click a button, everything basically sets itself up, which is perfect. But if you're playing it on a board game, which I've done a couple times so far, I mean, you're looking at 20 minutes minimum setting up, 20 minutes minimum taking down. You could be looking at 30 to 40 minutes as well. And then changing seasons is a long process. That's like a 5 minute, 5 minutes is probably long. but it's a long process to switch between different seasons because you have to remove all of the old forgeable tiles and put new ones on. That's a huge pain in the neck. Setting up all the season decks is a big pain in the neck, so there's just a lot of setup and takedown. I would really, if you've got a copy of the game, I am always for supporting the developers, and I want everyone to have a copy of the game, the physical copy. I do know they're sold out right now at the time of recording this, but the digital version is really good for those reasons. They have these scripts, it just sets everything up for you, and you can basically, just go through the game and have fun. You don't have to worry about the setup and takedown. Well, that's basically all I have to say about the game. I really enjoy this. I wish I could play it more often. I wish there were more people who would play it with me, but most of the time I just end up playing it by myself. I absolutely love this game. I'm a huge Stardew Valley fan. Take that for what it's worth. If you're a big Stardew Valley fan, I think you will also love this game. It really is not as hard as it looks to get into it. It looks really hard, and it's going to be really tough at the very beginning. But once you figure out kind of how things go and just start playing, I think the game is really simple, and it's deceptively simple, which is kind of the rough part. I think it's probably in my top 10 games. I would consider it definitely on the more complicated side than something like, your Monopoly or Scrabble or, stuff like that. But, in the scope of things, I think I played the Dark Souls board game recently, and this is way easier than something like that to get into. It's a fairly simple game once you know what you're doing. So I do think there's a lot of replayability. It's a lot of fun, and I hope you check it out. It's definitely worth your time. The price tag of, I think it was $55 and then about $10 for shipping for me. So I ultimately spent about $64. That's a lot of money, but it does have a lot of cool stuff. It looks big. It takes up a lot of room. It's kind of like a collector's item because they're sold out, and who knows when they're making more, if they're making more. So that's something to consider as well. If you're a big Stardew fan, I think this is definitely something you should have. If you're not really a Stardew fan and you're more of a board game fan, you could probably get something that you like a little bit better than this. This is mostly for the fans, I think. But that being said, I absolutely love this. So I definitely think if you're a Stardew fan and you like board games, you will love this. Have fun, everyone.